The Shining is a British-American psychological horror movie which was directed by Stanley Kubrick in 1980. Jack Nicholson played the role of Jack Torrance.
Well, you can rest assured, Mr. Ullman, that's not gonna happen with me.
Jack Nicholson stunned the world with that role as a psychopath. At first during the interview, he looked like a very calm and a peaceful guy. But towards the end, he really lost his mind.
Here's Johnny!
He sums it up. But why? My best bet is because of the loneliness and solitary life in that hotel. Yes, one can argue that he stayed there with his wife, Wendy, played by Shelley Duvall, and his son Danny, played by Danny Lowe. However, there are few scenes where you can see that there were no real family bonding between Jack Torrance and his wife and son. At one scene, while Wendy and Danny go out to the mess, Jace was throwing baseball against the wall. When the mother and son were out playing in the snow, he looked out at the window and stared at them. His facial expression and body language show that he was actually going nuts. Wendy, however, was too worried with her husband, and she is afraid that he might harm Danny due to the past experiences. The scene where Jack woke up from a dream and Danny woke up from room 237 with a mark on his neck was the trigger point. And after that, you can see that Wendy was living in the fear and she was trying to get out of the hotel. Her fear really showed when she was stuck in the toilet, and Jack tries to break the door with an axe. Danny, on the other hand, lives in the fear as well. This shows whenever he has a vision or he sees something, he doesn't really like to live in that hotel as well.
Stanley Kubrick has once again done a brilliant job. His trademark can be seen in this film as well, his tracking shots. There were numerous tracking shots. Every scene when Danny rides a tricycle were filmed by tracking shots. Besides that, he used the settings to tell the story as well. For instance, the scene where Jack will be talking to the previous hotel caretaker in the toilet, if you had noticed it, the whole toilet was painted in red. It symbolizes the murder that took place in the hotel previously where the caretaker murdered his family. The most important element in a horror movie is the background music. Well, the director did a good job in utilizing the background music. There were different background music which keeps changing throughout the film. A few significant background music occurs when Danny Torrance sees frightening ghosts and visions. Besides, the background music tells the story as well. The scene where Wendy interrupts Jack while he is typing, at that point, the music flows smoothly and syncs with the scene and Jack's every action until he pulls the paper out. The music changes according to that.
Hi, hon. How's it going?
Fine.
It shows that his mood changed. That's when he starts shouting at Wendy for interrupting him. Stanley Kubrick played with many close-ups, especially when he wanted to show horror and fear in the characters' faces. This has been seen in many different scenes. The most obvious ones are Danny's scenes. Whenever he has a vision or when he sees something, there will be a close-up shot to show his fear. Lighting plays a part in horror films as well. In this film, the flow of lighting followed the story. From a very bright lighting in the opening scene, when Jack drives his car to a very dark setting in the end when he wants to kill his family. The whole hotel becomes dark and the maze was dark as well, with some strong white spotlight to show shadows which represents something evil is lurking in the dark. The pace of the film was quite slow and there were not much dialogues when the three of them were alone in the hotel. There were too many long and tracking shots. This was to show how it feels to be lonely in a big hotel and how time moves slow. This movie makes you think. The three of them stayed in that hotel alone. The loneliness and isolation for very long periods of time make them go crazy. That is why when they see something, it will make you think whether it's real or are they imagining it. When Jack Torrance meets the lady in the toilet and the caretaker, if you focus carefully, you would see that in those scenes, he will be facing the mirror. So is he talking to himself? It is a very good movie to show how crazy can people go when they are too stressed out because of loneliness and isolation. Besides, imagination sometimes needs a limit. Danny's imaginary friend brought trouble. From my opinion, I would say The Shining is one of the best psychological thrillers ever made.